Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Bil'Arab bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, will preside over the final match of His Majesty the Sultan's Football Cup. The Munich Security Conference emphasizes on the importance of discussing the future of the international system, transatlantic relations, and ways to resolve international crises. And the US President urges Kiev to move towards a possible peace agreement with Russia, while the Ukrainian president reiterates his rejection of Russian demands to cede territory. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Alexander Vučić of the Republic of Serbia on his country's National Day. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, His Highness Sayyid Bil'Arab bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, will preside over the final match of His Majesty the Sultan's Football Cup for the 2025-2026 sports season. The match will be held at 8 p.m. this evening at the Sultan Qaboos Sports Complex in Boshir. A number of Palestinians were wounded by Israeli forces who continued their airstrikes and artillery shelling in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Ministry of Health reported that a child was shot in the head by Israeli forces who fired indiscriminately at tents of displaced people near the so-called Netzarim crossing in the central Gaza Strip. In another area south of Gaza City, an elderly man was shot in the foot and a woman was wounded by Israeli fire near the Austrian quarter south of Khan Yunis. Israeli warplanes launched airstrikes this morning on the cities of Gaza, Khan Yunis, and Rafah, while Israeli forces demolished residential buildings east of Khan Yunis. In Germany, participants at the Munich Security Conference focused on the importance of discussing the future of the international system, transatlantic relations, and ways to resolve international crises amidst the current global military, political, and economic tensions. Wolfgang Ischinger, the conference chairman, stated that this edition would serve as a central platform for global dialogue on the most pressing issues of international security. He added that the conference would contribute to deepening strategic discussions and strengthening international cooperation to address the most urgent global challenges of the present time. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer called for the need to build a solid force for European nations and to be prepared to fight if necessary. This came during a speech he delivered at the Munich Security Conference, where he emphasized the shared destiny of the United Kingdom and Europe, stressing the importance of strengthening European defense capabilities. Starmer clarified that Europe must be able to deter any aggression and be ready to fight if necessary to protect its people, values, and way of life, relying on its own efforts. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen had previously urged the European Union to activate the Common Defence Pact stipulated in the founding treaty, noting that this is not an optional task but a legally mandated obligation. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio affirmed that Washington has no intention of abandoning the transatlantic alliance. However, he accused European leaders of committing a number of political errors and urged them to change their approach. During his speech at the Munich Security Conference, Rubio emphasized the shared heritage that binds the American people to the European continent, stating that they will remain children of Europe despite what the headlines are saying about the end of the transatlantic era. He stressed the importance of the continued union between the United States and Europe. Rubio also said that the country doesn't know how serious Russia is about its desire to end the war in Ukraine, but is relying on positive statements from the Russians in this regard. He indicated that this is important to reach a negotiated solution to the war, provided that the terms are fair and sustainable. On the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi called for increased cooperation with the European countries in all areas, including the economic ones. During his meetings with his German and French counterparts, he emphasized that Beijing is not responsible for the problems facing Europe. He called for broader cooperation, explaining that Berlin and Paris are key partners of Beijing, that open cooperation between them poses no threat. He also expressed hope that Europe would adopt a positive policy towards China. U.S. President Donald Trump urged his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky to move toward a potential agreement with Russia. President Trump stated that it was up to Ukraine to take the next step regarding a peace agreement, emphasizing that Moscow wanted to reach an agreement and that the Ukrainian president would have to act on it immediately. From his part, the Ukrainian president again rejected Russian demands to hand over the eastern Donbass region, a condition Moscow insisted for the progress towards achieving peace between the two countries. Two people were killed and others injured in a missile attack launched by Ukraine on the Belgorod region of Russia. The region's governor said that the two killed were repairing damaged heating systems at a power plant due to a technical malfunction when the same site was targeted in the attack. He added that the attack also caused power heating and water outages and damaged 3 residential buildings in the city. Meanwhile, Kiev confirmed that 1 person was killed in a Russian drone attack targeting the Ukrainian city of Odessa, adding that the attack injured another person and caused a fire in a house. To support entrepreneurship sector and to enhance the role of small and medium-sized enterprises in the national economy, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Authority RIADA inaugurated Al Batina Entrepreneurs Exhibition in North Al Batina Governorate. The exhibition provides a professional platform that combines business presentations, institutional networking, and the building of professional relationships with government and private entities. The exhibition features diverse participation, reflecting the growing entrepreneurial movement in the Sultanate of Oman. It also includes a knowledge program comprising workshops and dialogue sessions focused on developing business and managerial skills. A new awareness campaign dedicated to women's health will conclude tonight in Muscat. The campaign highlighting prevention, early detection, and lifelong well-being. More details in the following report.
A new national awareness initiative focusing on women's well-being has concluded its second day in Muscat. The campaign, titled Walking the Wave, shines a spotlight on women's health across all life stages, emphasizing prevention, early diagnosis, and healthier lifestyles.
I'm the chairperson of Women's Health Campaign 2026, which we have launched yesterday, 13th of February in Al Moj. We, the medical student community in Oman, have organized this under the umbrella of SQU and NU in partnership with UNFPA, MOH, OMSB, and UMC.
Women's Health Campaign aims to spread awareness about different women health issues and helps women across all ages and ethnicities to talk about their problems freely. We also aim to help direct different women to all the special services we have available in Oman.
The campaign addresses major health concerns, including breast and cervical cancer, reproductive health conditions, menopause, and safe pregnancy.
We are representing in this campaign Ministry of Health, and we are in this campaign we are demonstrating what are the women health services which are provided by the Ministry of Health in primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions.
The United Nations Population Fund is very proud to support the students and increase meaningful youth participation in such an important topic. Seeing students come together today, medical students from med school along with the Ministry of Health, to elevate the role of women's health and in this campaign.
The two-day program reflects Oman's continued commitment to empowering women through knowledge, healthcare awareness, and community engagement.
Women's Health Campaign!
Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
An Emirati farmer has challenged UAE's harsh climate by transforming a remote mountain area of Ras Al Khaimah into a flourishing flower farm, drawing visitors to thousands of blooms. More details in the following report.
An Emirati farmer has transformed a remote mountain area of Ras Al Khaimah into a flourishing flower farm, drawing visitors to thousands of plumes that have survived the UAE's harsh climate. The farm, owned by Mohammed Abeid al-Mazrou'i and located in the As-Simah area, opened to the public in 2020.
As-Simah area has been famous for agriculture for years, since the days of our grandfathers and fathers. For this reason, I decided to grow flowers here. Of course, my father has always supported us from a young age. He taught us farming as he owns several farms.
The seeds, tubers, and bulbs were initially imported from places in Europe and the United States before being reproduced locally. The United Arab Emirates is largely arid with desert climate conditions and limited arable land, but some northern emirates, such as Ras Al Khaimah, have historically supported agriculture due to mountain runoff and cooler winter temperatures.
At the beginning, many people, whether locals or residents, did not encourage me to grow these flowers. They said the environment was not suitable. These flowers come from cold countries. How could you grow them here? However, through determination and passion, I insisted on planting and experimenting.
The farm features about 50,000 flowers across more than 25 varieties not commonly seen in the country, including snapdragon, stock, salvia, rainbow flowers, dahlia, and lavender. The farm charges 15 dirhams, around $4 for entry, and has become a popular destination for visitors looking for a scenic escape from the city. Many can often be seen taking photos among the flowers, animals, and mountain scenery.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Bil Arab bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, will preside over the final match of His Majesty the Sultan's Football Cup. The Munich Security Conference emphasizes on the importance of discussing the future of the international system, transatlantic relations, and ways to resolve international crises. And the U.S. president urges Kiev to move towards a possible peace agreement with Russia, while the Ukrainian president reiterates his rejection of Russian demands to cede territory. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a good night.